Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley Showcase in the backyard with a brand new set just sent to me by Mattel. It means if Mattel sent it to me, it came from their distribution center, which means Boulevard is coming. The next mix is on its way to Walmart's here in the United States. Like I said, if it comes from Mattel, it came from the DC, which means it is stocked. And you should be finding these on the pegs very, very soon. What a mix it is. 2 new castings, at least one that goes premium that used to be just basic. And I'm really excited to get to this one. Let's show you what's on the back here for those of you who want it. Like I said, this is a Walmart exclusive, at least here in the United States, which means none of the hobby dealers are going to get this. So it's got to be Walmart if you want this set. And I'm going to show it off right now. I've got everything in order, actually, from 26 to 30, but we're going to move backwards. Hot Wheels does this a little bit different, Boulevard, in the numbering, right? They don't just go 1 through 5. They actually have a continuing numbering system, and we're up to 30, right? So that means 6 mixes of the new incarnation of Boulevard. And like I said, we are going to be going backwards. The cool thing about Boulevard, this is a little bit different. Instead of a specific theme like Fast and Furious or car culture, it's a little bit of a hodgepodge, but the whole theme is like, this is what a Boulevard in the Hot Wheels world would look like. So you've got some cars from actual Hot Wheels employees and designers. You've got cars that inspire them, that they like. That maybe doesn't have a place in a particular mix, and it's just like, hey, this is the kind of stuff that you'd see in the Hot Wheels world driving down the street. So let's get right to it. Let's start with number 30 to move backwards. It is the 1987 Buick Regal GNX. This is the 3rd version of this particular car, right? Started in Fast and Furious in jet black. You're never going to beat that one, right? Because that's how this GNX should be looking. And then you get the second version in white and car culture, which I also liked as well. This is the first one with a little bit more deco. To me, it doesn't really need it, but what are you going to do when you've already done black and white? The highlight of this particular one, really digging the art, by the way, is the wheels, right? So they went with that off-road kind of, what is it, like 6 or 7 dot, I don't even remember, Real Rider on the first 2 versions, but they didn't have this 10-spoke wheel, which we're seeing prominently in premium these days, and it looks so freaking good. And it looks great on this one too. I could see people wheel swapping on the black or the white version. Although I like those wheels, I think they worked. This one works even better. Maybe a little bit modern, but in terms of wheel style and low profile, but I really do dig this one. And I do like the two-tone. I shouldn't say I don't like it. I like the red trim with the black and the gray two-tone version of this particular car. So that is the GNX. I really dig that casting. I actually think, based on how people have responded to that versus some of these others, it's already an underrated premium. All right, let's go to 29. This is a massive highlight, right? And I actually would maybe be showing this one last in most showcases, but I'm going to stay in order. This is the Lancia Stratos Group 5. The reason that you're going to see this one in Boulevard, and I'm positive we'll see this casting in car culture or maybe some other premium lines later. But this is, I think, a bit of a passion project for Mark Jones, the designer. We'll talk about this. I have him scheduled to be on Instagram Live with me later in the week, and we'll talk about this model. But he loves this kind of stuff. He loves these kind of race cars. This one obviously has a very unique silhouette. You know it's a Stratos, but that Group 5 look to it, and you can just see with the spoiler, that kind of elongated backside and everything else. The thing is just super, super cool, especially in that standard coloring that you see with the Lancia. This is the 2nd premium Lancia, right, in 2 years that we've seen from Hot Wheels, and it's just this kind of vintage racing style that you're seeing come more and more and more, especially from a Euro perspective, which we haven't seen. We saw a lot of, with vintage racing, a lot of American muscle. We've obviously seen the Japanese racing cars kind of working their way in, and now we're seeing this surge in European. And I absolutely love the Lancia Stratos. Group 5, staying in Europe, this time going to Porsche with number 28. It is the Porsche 964. Now, it's so funny because that 911 silhouette is so common. I can't even remember which casting this is. You have that one that debuted as a Magnus Walker, I think, in the first year of car culture, and that's what I think this one is. And then we've seen, I think, one or two others kind of debut with this exact same silhouette. This is not the one that was a basic in the 1990, and it's the 1964. So I don't even, or I'm sorry, not 1964. It is the 964. So digging the colors on this one. I think that makes this one a highlight. Mag style wheels on it, but it's that metallic, faded, not even faded, like light aqua color. Mossy aqua, I don't know what you'd call this color, that just really makes this one cool with this racing stripe and the blank roundel. I just think this one, I hope people appreciate this one, because I think this might be the coolest model. Well, no, it's not. What are you going to say? This makes it so cool that we're just going to say it's a very, very cool Porsche, and one that fits very nicely. All right, let's go to number 27. Now jumping purely into muscle, but unique muscle for sure. This is the Custom 67 Pontiac Firebird. And those of you who are familiar with the Hot Wheels world and Hot Wheels designers know whose car this is. I'll leave it a little blank while you think about it. Yeah, this is an exact replica of Brendan Vatuski's 67 Firebird. Brendan Vatuski, famous for many, many things as a Hot Wheels designer, including the 55 Bel Air Gasser, one of his most famous castings for me, one of my all-time favorites, the Gran Torino Sport. That is one of my favorites that he's done. And he's also responsible for all the cool RLC models we've seen of late, with the opening hoods and doors and the low rider that can change stance and everything else. All of that comes from the mind of Brendan. And that dude is a petrol head if there ever was one. In his garage is this car. In his garage is also a 55 Bel Air that he's just about done with. I think he's got a GTO and a bunch of other stuff. But he's very famous for this brushed metal raw Firebird, and it looks so good. No hood on this thing. That's the case with Brendan's Firebird. Debuted as a basic, right? And then in that blank unpainted version, and then, but I'm gonna say that's a good one to have. This one is even better in premium, and a no-brainer for Boulevard. All right, finally, number 26, moving backwards, is the Corvette Z06 Drag Racer. This thing's a monster. This thing is bonkers. Alex Laughlin. So this is a real car, and you can look it up if you're not familiar with this drag racer. In fact, just today, Hot Wheels posted on their Instagram about this car, that this is a replica of this drag Corvette, which is just, I mean, as perfect a Hot Wheels as it goes. They have such a long history with drag cars. I mean, famously the Drag Bus, which is a fantasy casting, but they've done so many drag race cars from all kinds of different eras, drag strip demons, everything. This is a more modern take, right, with the Corvette, and it's got the look, and if you check it out, it's even got the removable parts so you can see the engine. They had some fun with this one, and why not, right? The Alex Laughlin Speed Society Z06 drag racer is so cool. Taking the wheels on that one too. I'm trying to figure out where we've seen those. I think they did those for drag strip demons. I mean, they are super thin in the front and super thick in the back, and I'm sure they're gonna have more fun with this casting. There you go. I just kept it straight. All 5 cars. I could have shown some others to compare them to, but why? The variety is already here. The theme is Hot Wheels Boulevard. Nothing more, nothing less. Just some really cool premium stuff and some fantastic, 2 new fantastic premium castings. You guys tell me what you think. Thank you, Mattel, for sending these. Keep your eyes open on the pegs in your local Walmart. They're coming. Bye.